Hey, it is Smooth Tim and Larry E. And thank you for joining us on another hump day on Tim's Tidbits. What's good, Larry? What's happening down in the Big D?
Nothing much, man. Old insurance sales have went up. It's
The what sales?
old insurance sales. It's went up.
You
Sales
know,
went up.
it's been hot and sticky up here today, man. I'm just like, wow. And today's just been a humid mess.
No, it's been pretty cool down here though.
Has it
Everything
been?
is the weather's it's like right where it needs to be. You can actually do some work outside and not pass out. So, but it's still, yeah, we still come. We don't know yet though. It's gonna get worse or get better. We'll see.
Hey, that's exactly right. It's going to get worse before it gets better. So that's what people need to
Hmm.
realize. Hey, keep the faith, man, because everything will get better. We guarantee you. And do we have a personal guarantee? I'm sorry, no money back guarantee, but
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
trust Larry and I. Anyhow, hey, let's see what's happening here. And let's go to the State of the Union and what's going on in the U.S. government, what's going on everywhere else around the world. We'll find out. But did you hear about the two more Navy guys got themselves in trouble for giving trade secrets out, or I guess giving military secrets out to the Japanese? And I think we just had that.
Mm.
Wasn't that a National Guardsman that we talked about a few months ago, Larry?
The young guy,
Yeah,
it
that
was a young guy that did some stuff, but I don't think he personally gave it to like the Japanese. He was just like, I'm gonna snitch.
I'm just gonna snitch.
I'm just gonna snitch and tell anybody. Because snitches don't just say I'm a snitch to you. A snitch is just snitch to everybody. So he's just snitching.
Hmm. Anyhow, yeah, a couple of them got themselves in some more trouble. So let's check it out, man.
Tonight, federal investigators charging two U.S. Navy sailors with a shocking betrayal, stealing defense secrets and selling them to China.
When a soldier or sailor chooses cash over country and hands over national defense information in an ultimate act of betrayal, we have to be ready to act.
In both cases, the sailors were allegedly approached by Chinese spies and offered thousands of dollars in exchange for delivering classified details about naval operations. It's unclear if the cases are connected. The most serious charge of espionage leveled against 22-year-old sailor Jinchao Wei, also known as Patrick Wei, on Wednesday.
The unauthorized disclosure of this national defense information could place the national security of the United States and the safety of Wei's fellow U.S. Navy sailors in jeopardy.
Prosecutors say Wei, a sailor aboard the USS Essex, sent a Chinese spy details about the defense and weapons capabilities of U.S. Navy ships, as well as information on ship movement. Authorities say Wei was paid at least $5,000 for selling technical manuals, blueprints, photos, and videos of the Essex.
This is part of a brazen campaign by the People's Republic of China to target U.S. military officials.
And 26-year-old sailor Wenheng Zhao, stationed at a naval base in Ventura County, California, now charged with conspiracy and taking bribes. Authorities saying over the course of nearly 2 years, Zhao sold photos and diagrams of a U.S. military radar system in Japan, as well as yielding precise operational details about an upcoming naval exercise in the Pacific, Zhao allegedly receiving nearly $15,000.
They sold out for a pretty cheap price.
I was just gonna say that,
I'm
and
like
I'm like,
$5,000 and
hold
$15,000.
on.
You're gonna
That
betray
ain't that
your.
ain't that ain't the kicker. The kicker was like the guy said, you're gonna choose cash over country. Don't every politician and people in the Senate and president and all these political assholes do that? So it's okay
Ow!
for them to do it because they're wearing a suit, but it's not okay for this guy to do it because he's wearing a uniform and he's Asian.
Mm.
I'm like, don't let them listen. If you got a problem with our secrets being sold to the Chinese, don't let Chinese in the military. I'm like,
Or you could just have them laying around in your basement.
all I'm saying, I was even shocked. Look, Tim, when they said they were Chinese, I was like, well, shit. That's just like me being like African, and I joined the army,
Mhm.
and then like the army is trying to fight against Africa, and I'm going to sell some secrets. Yes, I'm like I'm from Africa. I just happen to be in your army. Yes. What about the Taliban and all these other people that allow them to go to? If you go to some of these colleges here in Dallas, most of the people in the colleges here are Indian, not
Mm.
not Native American, but the Indian, like the engineers, the Slurpee people with the dots.
Mm. Right.
Yeah,
What, with the
most
dot
of them
net?
are in. Yeah, what about the guys that are learning how to fly airplanes that are from other countries and they're buying land? They buying land and that allows Chinese to buy land and
See, that
everybody
got
all
us in
in
trouble the
America.
last time when we were teaching the Iranians how to fly planes and shit.
I'm like, you over there teaching them how to fight in war. The United States have sent the countless of soldiers and training over to other countries to teach them how to fight, but now all of a sudden they got a problem with it. Man, shit, that's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, but back to these two young Asian guys, 22, 26, and they sell out for a 5,000, 25,000. I wonder, how,
Man,
number one, did they track all that? I mean, how careless was they? I mean, and if I'm going to sell out, it's going to be a hell of a lot more than that, buddy.
all they did was told somebody. They told somebody what they were doing, and that person went and snitched on them.
That's probably
That's
what
all it
happened.
is.
Where'd you get all the
Yes,
ends, man? Where'd you get all that? Where'd you get all that money? Shit, you living large, Larry.
yeah, they
I
snitched
sold
on
some.
them.
I
I'm pretty
sold
sure.
some secrets. You ought to try
Yeah,
doing
I'm
the
like,
same thing.
yeah, and plus the crazy part about it is, they probably got the same mass ship. All those ships are all the same. All the weapons are all the same. You know what I'm saying? The United States is
The
selling the
basic
same
design
ships.
of all of them.
It's all the same. They're talking about they'll be tracking the ship's movement. The motherfucker's humongous and it's on top of water. It's easy to track the movement. Ain't like it has a supersonic speed. It can leap from one place to another like light year or something like them warp things they do in space.
Right,
I'm
right.
like, how you can't track a big ass ship?
I'm thinking the only thing that really would benefit them is if they did have that information, you'd have an idea where they were going.
I'm like, you
And
can
as
get
you
a
said,
big
when
ass
you
ship
get something that's what, 10 times the size of a football field floating in the ocean.
and it doesn't move that fast. How
So,
you not know where it's going?
so yeah, it's kind of hard to hide that.
I don't know. It's just saying. I think it's so stupid. I think it's dumb for them to sell out for that small amount. It's
Big
dumb
time.
for them to say that they chose cash over country. It's dumb for the United States to allow other people from other ethnicities in the military, expecting them not to do what they do. I'm
Right.
like, come on, man.
Keep an
It just
eyeball
it
on them.
just
But I think what the problem is especially since it's Chinese. And check this next one out in the State of the Union, what the Russian and the Chinese Navy did. And this even kind of complicates everything.
Military tensions are growing between the U.S., China, and Russia. The U.S. Navy sent destroyers to the coast of Alaska last week after nearly a dozen Russian and Chinese warships were spotted patrolling in nearby international waters. CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang has more on what it all means. Weijia, good morning.
Good morning, David and Anne-Marie. Alaska Senator Dan Sullivan called the size of the Chinese and Russian joint operation unprecedented. He said that the U.S. sent 4 Navy destroyer ships near the Aleutian Islands in response to those 11 Chinese and Russian warships near U.S. waters. The U.S. Northern Command says the Chinese and Russian patrol remained in international waters and wasn't considered a threat. But the show of force is a reminder of the cooperation of Chinese and Russian militaries, as well as how close the countries are to Alaska. A similar joint exercise took place last year in September. The U.S. Coast Guard encountered 7 Chinese and Russian ships near Alaska, all in a single formation. China and Russia have increased their ties amid tensions with the U.S. over Taiwan and Ukraine, making situations like this more alarming. In a statement to other media outlets, the Chinese embassy said this was part of an annual cooperation plan and has nothing to do with the international and regional climate.
Has nothing to do at all with the.
man.
That's why we went crazy because two of the people that we don't like was in the sandbox playing together,
Man, they bullshit.
and you're gonna have that type of response. Well, let me show you how. See, that's the kind of stuff that starts trouble. I think if they're just running some type of an exercise, there's not a damn thing you're gonna be able to do about China and Russia being buddies.
No, I'm like, and then they send all those warships out there. I'm like, there we go. Well, we just gonna go counteract. We gonna counter your counter.
And
I'm
doesn't that
like,
seem kind of like you're almost propagating the incident?
I'm like, cause they have no idea what they're doing. They could be doing the movements and training. That's you have to train. You
Well,
got to do
wouldn't you
movement
think?
practice.
I mean, I
But
understand exactly what they're doing, and so what if they were in between the Russia and Alaska, they were still in, what did they say? International water, so it wasn't a threat.
Yeah, I would have.
But we responded to it like it was a threat.
Yeah, man, that's the United States. They out.
Sometimes I think we
They
overreact.
worried about the wrong. They wasting time and money on the wrong thing. I'm like, it's ridiculous. War is so bullshit. War is so played out. It's so played out, man. What have we accomplished from war anyway? Out of all those wars we had, what did we actually accomplish? Nothing.
Oh, we got these memorials in D.C.
Yeah, but I'm like,
we got the Vietnam Wall. We got Arlington Cemetery. We got all kinds of stuff for war.
And then what was the war about? I'm like, I can understand the Civil War. I can understand the French and Indian War because this country has been established. But all those other World War I's and twos and threes, I'm like, for what? There was no real purpose. I'm like, because you're dealing with older, more intelligent individuals. So there's no way we should be going to war at this time or point in our lifetime. I can understand back then how ignorant people were because we didn't have much. This country wasn't developed, but it developed now. So I don't get it. And now they're wasting taxpayers' dollars on those movements and sending those warships out there. Same thing that goes with China and Russia. Yeah, fucking stupid, man.
But if you really think about it, we instigate a lot of that issues. You brought up just like the French and Indian War. Why did the French and Indian War occur? Because England was on our side at the time, and we decided that we didn't have enough land, so let's take some from the French up in Montreal, and that was the whole idea. And then we'll go down to the Ohio territories because it was still divided by the Ohio River, Mississippi, whatever. I'm sorry, but
it's a lot.
And then when Washington went down there, and they had a French ambassador get killed. Boom, boom, boom. That basically kind of started the French and Indian War. We kind of started that. You think about the war, the Revolutionary War. We just, England wanted their tax money to help because, God, we spent a fortune on the French and Indian War. Then we're like, blow off. We're not giving you a dime. There's another war. So, I mean, some of the stuff we brought on ourselves. Was the outcome positive? Well, yeah, but we started it.
The outcome was only positive in the favor of the people who actually had
the winners, right? Who won?
Yeah, it wasn't positive for anyone else. If you wasn't part of the war, if you wasn't getting spoils of the war individually from that war, it didn't benefit you. It only benefit the ones that.
Point well taken, Larry. Point well taken. I was just sitting there thinking, even when we went into Texas and decided that we was going to take over Texas and kick Santa Ana out, right? Same thing.
It happened,
right? Who won? Well, we won, but yeah, you still had a bunch.
The government won. Everybody else suffered. No one else won. The government always wins every war. And guess who they use to fight their wars? Us. And guess who suffers from the war? Us. Taxpayers, our young men and women go to war or whatever, and then the government wins, or government wins if they win, and if they lose, we lose more than what they lose, and then it's
an amazing situation, but it just keeps going on and on and on. Anyhow, hey, you know what? Let's do something for everybody's entertainment pleasures. Because there's a new video out, and I want everybody to go out and get their copy now of Conspiracy Volume 3.
Today, an indictment was unsealed.
It's here. Now, that's what I call Conspiracy. Volume 3. 78 of the hottest indictment charges from your favorite superstar president. And still technically not a criminal. Like conspiracy to violate civil rights. Conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding. Obstruction of an official proceeding. And conspiracy to defraud the U.S. government.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
Collaborations with hot new artists like Co-Conspirator 1.
Let's have trial by combat.
And we'll throw in his bonus lyrics booklet just released. Now, Volume 3 has the best of today's court docket topping hits and all the charges from the classified documents case, including obstructing justice, making false statements, and of course, retaining classified information.
Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers, except it is like highly confidential, secret. This is secret information. These are the papers.
Yeah.
See, as president, I could have beat less. Now I can't, but this is classified.
Now we have a problem.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Dozens of incriminating and, for some insane reason, recorded tracks, such as 34 felony counts of falsifying business records and a hush money scheme.
When it comes time for the financing, which will be... Listen, what financing? We'll have to pay you, so... No. I got... No.
Order now and get all these hits. Or order in a few weeks and we can squeeze in a couple more from an upcoming indictment in Georgia.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
Now, that's what I call Conspiracy, Volume 3. What's that? Volume 4? What? Oh, Volume 4. Guys, how many of these are there? Why don't I just record all the numbers, because this keeps happening.
Oh, yeah. Get your copy today.
I still can't believe he running for president.
I mean, seriously, that's a joke. But my God, it's just, and every bit of it true.
I still can't believe it.
And it's like, and this guy is still going for it. It's like amazing. Amazing.
If he becomes president, he might be the most conspiracized, dirtiest, unqualified president in history. And he just like, if you get all the presidents around the world, no president is squeaky clean. Okay, it's going to say that.
This is true. Nobody is squeaky clean. We all got skeletons. But
from the United States standpoint, we try to find our best candidate that's going to be the best role model for our country. Mm-hmm. And he's not that.
Yeah, I worry about him becoming turning into a dictatorship. You already know what he tried the last time when he tried, bringing in false electors and this and that. And it's all true. It's been proven true. He keeps claiming that the election was false. Well, they've never proven that. He's involved in, hoarding confidential information and saying, no, I don't have it, but then he does have. I mean, the guy lies all the time. And is that a representation you want of us?
No, I have a question for you, Tim. When he was president for those 4 years, do you think that he hurt America more than what it was already hurt, or do you think he helped it more compared to hurting it more?
I think his economics was not all that bad. It was just his mouth.
Okay, so
the way the country was run was not horrible. I can't sit there and say, yeah, you screwed it up and you shouldn't have done this. But there's nothing really outlandish that he did as president in that regard. It's the things that he says to people and about people and the way he lies consistently. And he has that demigod attitude about himself.
So basically you're saying his character is something.
His character is what's wrong with him. Yeah.
But you're saying that the country, it was still just the same as it was before he became
I didn't see a radical change where he made a huge difference or a bad difference. The only thing that I saw that he did was he was terrible representation.
I agree with you on that, because I don't think 4 more years is not going to make this country worse than what it has already. It's not going to make it worse than it was in the 70s, the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and when slavery was going on. It ain't going to go back to that.
Either way, you're going to have economic difficulties, and that's going to play, and that's going to play into ethnicity and gender. It always has. And it probably will for a while, but we are making progress. And
that's why I say I like Trump when he wasn't being the president, because that's accepted in the field he was in, but it's not accepted in the field he's in now. You know what I'm saying? So that he's trying to be in now. His attitude and personality is not going to work. He can't do those things. He doesn't even sound like a president.
Yeah, stick with business where you can call people names and you can treat them like dirt and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't really think they find somebody. I don't know. They got to find somebody.
We'll see. Anyhow, hey, moving on to some more interesting things that are going on. Here in Ohio, we had a quick vote, and let's recap this so that you can tell what is going on. Where is that at? Here we are.
Hello, I'm Chanel Call. We'll get back to CBS News Primetime in a moment. But first, we have an update on news out of Ohio, where the Associated Press is reporting voters overwhelmingly rejected the ballot proposal known as Issue 1 at the polls Tuesday. Passing the measure would have made it more difficult to amend the state constitution at the ballot box starting this November, when voters will consider a measure to enshrine abortion rights. Citizens were asked to choose yes or no on whether to raise the threshold for passing amendments to 60% of voters, up from a simple majority. It would also have imposed other limits aimed at holding up future amendments. Officials reported a bigger than expected turnout for Tuesday's special election. Analysts say it could be a bellwether for the November ballot measure. That's when voters will decide on a state amendment to guarantee access to abortion. Several other Republican-leaning states have passed similar measures protecting abortion access. Right now, Ohio has a law in the books that bans most abortions, but it is currently on hold while a court challenge plays out. We'll have much more on this story on CBS News Mornings starting at 7 a.m. But for now, let's get back to CBS News Primetime.
What do you think about that? Yeah, they tried to put they tried to put the screws to us Ohioans, and the Ohioans said that ain't gonna happen.
Well, I can't still believe people still dealing with playing with abortion. I believe in it, then I don't believe in it. Okay, so
I kind of understand the theory of where they were coming from, where they wanted this 60% majority, which is awful high, and they wanted signatures from all 88 counties, which means, and you're going to have some counties that are just not going to want to make a change. You know how, people are resistant to change. And, do I think, as you just mentioned, that abortion rights should be protected? I believe they should. Should there be a wall, let's say 15, 20 weeks in, then tough luck? Possibly. But not just to outright ban it and not give that individual a choice if they had, especially if they're subject to rape or incest, and that's why they're impregnated.
Yeah. Even kids, I think if a kid is under a certain age and they, for one thing, they shouldn't be having sex. If they are having sex, they should use protection. If they're not using protection, if they're under a certain age and they're not in an economic position, or the parents are not in an economic position to raise their child, that child should not have that child. Because you know what happens?
Oh, Mama's gonna end up watching the baby. Raising the baby.
But what if the mama can't help? What if the mother can't watch the baby? What if the granny can't watch the baby? What if economically they're not able to do it? They're not able to provide the proper shelter. They're not able to provide, because once you have a kid, you have to focus on that child 100%. It's no about you. It's about
food,
the child.
Clothing, education.
Yeah.
Housing.
So if you can't do that because you're a kid having a kid, and your parents cannot sustain that level of consistency, then that kid needs to have an abortion.
So there's a lot of reasons
with these kids.
And there's a lot of reasons that
and then of course incest and then rape. It shouldn't be a question about that.
And you could have a baby that is just not right.
Yeah, well, if you have a stillborn baby,
it could be it could have some type of serious physical defect, and do you really want to bring it in? I mean, there's a lot of reasons,
it's all about the circumstances. The circumstances should permit a woman
make that decision herself
for deciding whether to have a baby or not. A woman in a family.
I agree.
Circumstances, not because you just say, you know what, I don't want this baby because my baby daddy ain't shit. I ain't having this damn baby. Or you want them toss up brides, so you just steady spreading your legs and getting jammed up and all the time. You don't want the kid because the baby, that shit right there.
But
they should go to jail for that.
The thing is that the right side of this particular issue, when they were debating it, and you'd see all the stuff on TV, you wouldn't see it down in Texas. Naturally, it's an Ohio thing. Is there? You got all these special interest groups that's going to come in and do all kinds of weird shit, and it's like what? I mean, what am I going to come in as a pharmaceutical company and let's pass a law in Ohio that says it's okay for everybody to freely access to fentanyl, and 50% plus one passed it. See, we told you. Now, I'm being facetious, but you're not going to have some crazy shit get passed because it's 50% plus one.
No.
I mean, come on.
See, it's just,
I understand, and they just wanted to cock block, and control a lot of different things, because I know that abortion's going to be coming up on the ballot, and also legalization of marijuana.
Marijuana, the border, abortions, what else? It's the same shit.
Same shit.
Every political term.
Mhm.
Every time, every 4 years, it's the same old subjects: infrastructure, schools, this, and we still talking about it over and over and over.
It's craziness. That's what we do, though. That's what we do, though, is we just talk about it. Let's find out what
No, not us talking about it. They're still
I
talking
know
about it.
this. I know.
They got the power.
Is that what they got?
They got the power.
They
We
just got
keep
the they
people
just got the
enlightened.
cushy ass job in
Yeah, we
DC that
keeping
they don't
people
have to
woke.
do anything.
We keeping people woke. They can change that shit. They just okay.
Indeed, they
Let's
can.
not dwell on it.
Let's
What
move
else we
on and
got?
see what the hell. What's up, America? And you know what? It seems that global warming is affecting all kinds of places around the world.
There goes.
Whew, gosh, devastating floods cause a house to collapse in Alaska. It's not rain, but a melting glacier that caused rivers to rise to levels not seen in decades. Now, this is called a glacial lake outburst flood, which is what happens when a dam containing a glacial lake breaks. So far, no serious injuries have been reported.
That's a massive house, too.
Damn.
It's like the Three Little Pigs.
That reminded me of that one we seen in when the Yellowstone River flooded earlier this year. It's like we have had so many issues with. First, we have frickin' droughts, right? And then all of a sudden you get all this damn rain and this like in Yellowstone where it wiped out the entrances into the park and what did we see? A couple of homes floating down the Yellowstone River. Now you see up in Alaska.
It's coming in Texas. You see how hot it is? Watch when it rains, it's gonna literally pour, and watch we're gonna get flooded. Houston's gonna get flooded again. Louisiana's gonna get flooded again. Anytime I've always seen super extreme hot temperatures and droughts, it's always followed by massive amounts of water.
Well, think about how dry the soil is. The soil is so hard and compacted that it has
the water's gonna sit on it for a long time before the source.
Yeah, before it gets absorbed in, and it's just gonna be. Yeah, we have fortunately we've had a lot of rain this year. I guess my mower's happy, but we had a shitload.
But your grass look good,
yeah,
man.
my grass is
One
looking
thing I love
good.
about rain
Grass
is
is
your
looking
grass
good.
is-
Crabgrass is looking good.
Oh, I hate crabgrass. Crabgrass looking good too. But if you got that St. Augustine, well, I bet you happy if you got that water.
But oh yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, just flooding everywhere. Hey, anyhow, let's move on to other garbage. Did you see where that social media influencer started the riot in New York? You didn't hear he was going to be. Check what out this idiot.
On
did.
Friday, we'll be doing a huge giveaway.
With those few words and a flyer with the location, word spread among the millions of subscribers. Attendees told they'll get PCs, PS5s, and $100 gift cards.
We gonna go crazy for New York, man.
It's really an influencer's world, and we're just living in it.
Washington Post tech columnist Taylor Lorenz knows it's something we'll all have to get used to, but says there's a much better way for influencers with millions of followers to get to meet their fans, using permits and possibly a cap for the amount of fans who can snag a freebie.
You have to have an RSVP system, ideally, because if you have millions and millions of followers online, you just say, hey, anybody come. You yourself don't know.
We went from 300 kids to a couple of thousand kids in minutes. We have to be responsible when we use this tool.
No permits were obtained for Friday's giveaway at Union Square Park. NYPD Chief Jeffrey Madry says its entertainment unit, which keeps an eye on events like this spreading through social media, was aware of the event, but not of its potential growth.
If we knew about this, we could have had the barriers out here, we could have police officers out here, we could have did this orderly.
Sanat now faces several charges, including at least 2 counts of inciting a riot and unlawful assembly.
What was he thinking? This Sanat guy. Yeah, Kay Sanat. He's like, I'm going to be giving away iPods. I'm going to be giving away PS3s. What do you think's going to happen? And you've got all these people for free?
Kids?
All these kids that are thousands and thousands of kids waiting to see this social media guy, plus he's giving shit away for free.
If he was saying I'm giving out job applications and stuff like that, I guarantee about 2 or 3 people will show up. He giving away the wrong shit. But job applications, I'm giving away a couple of STDs. I'm giving away some syphilis, some gonorrhea, some herpes. Y'all come on out. He like, nah,
we'll pass on that. No, they charged his ass.
But do you think he knew better?
Come on. What do you think's gonna happen, Larry?
They didn't arrest Trump.
That's what they're trying to do. See, that's a very interesting point. Because really,
did he have a permit for that?
What's the difference?
Permit?
Well, even if he didn't have a permit, did he incite a riot by saying go down to the Capitol and don't let them steal this? Don't let them steal this election. Go down to this place in New York, and I'm going to be giving stuff away. What's the difference?
Yeah, I'm like, he didn't cite nothing. He just told me to give away some stuff, and they arrested him for people showing up and throwing stuff at the police or whatever. It ain't his fault.
Same thing happened at January 6th, right? And so if you're gonna look at, I agree with you. If you're gonna hold this guy accountable, hold Trump accountable.
Man, listen, right now I'm gonna tell all my 5 fans, meet me downtown. I'm giving away a pair of shoes I can't wear no more, and maybe a used computer I'm gonna get fixed.
That's right. I say the same thing.
If 5,000 people show up, I'm like, hey, I said my 5 fans. I don't know about this 5,000 people. I can't, but he can't control all the stuff that happened. It was those kids' fault. Did they get arrested?
The kids, I think. What did they say? They made like a half a dozen arrests. Yes, but that was because of their behavior, assaulting the police and stealing shit. Yeah, they said they were breaking into construction sites. They were breaking into construction site, beating on the cops. So, hello, you're gonna go to jail.
But it's not his fault. I'm like, they didn't arrest Trump. I'm just saying, young black kid. I'm like, shit, that's bad. He black. I'm like, oh, here we go again.
Keep your eye on it, folks.
You know better next time. Get some permits.
Keep your eye on it, folks. That's all we say. Hey, I got a question. Do you think that you're good at ping pong? You play the game of ping pong, Larry?
I'm all right. I got to practice. The more I practice, the better I get.
Let's see if you can do this.
Kde postoupil do druhé.
Nasty!
What do you think?
I saw that. Is that a real robot?
Yeah, it's a real robot. He dogged that guy. Did he dog that guy when he walked? Poof.
Man, you can't be no robot in no event dealing with physicality or whatever. You can program them to be stronger. You can program a robot to say you lift 1,000 pounds.
Oh yeah, easy. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Even speed. You can program a robot to do all. Look at cars, automobiles. They got automobiles that drive by themselves.
I saw that video and I'm like, damn, he just dogged that guy out at the end.
Can't compete against no robot.
I was like, wow. You've seen that video before?
I saw that. I guess I was thinking, was that a real robot or was that some kind of simulation or something? But if that was a real robot,
it's amazing what they can get them to do.
So it'd be amazing if another robot played another robot. That game will last forever.
Yeah. I wonder if it'd be interesting to see how that happens.
Yeah, because
but because if they are truly artificially intelligent, right?
Right.
They should be able to figure out how to beat the other one.
I don't know. When if they're programmed to equally? What if, I'm just saying, because I would think that if it was another robot playing with a robot, it depends on. See, I'll be watching on robot battle bots.
Oh, those are great. Yeah, I like battle bots.
Battle bots. But they're fixed with different types of weaponry and everything to
Yeah, to serve whatever purpose they're designed for. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but a robot against a robot in the same situation, same element, same whatever. I think the game will go on forever because they shouldn't be able to beat each other. But can't no human beat no robot.
The only thing I could make a difference is what I brought up between something like the battle bots where the guy's running a remote control through radio frequency. Is it that robot is working off of its own internal electronics and its own processing system or artificial intelligence, whatever you want to call it.
Right, but then you got the human aspect, which is the flaw, because the humans control the robot. But if the robots were programmed within internally, the only big difference would be the weaponry that they have to defend themselves or fight against the other one. If they're the same robot, the same thing, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see two robots play each other. I thought it was fake.
No, we may have a robot Olympics someday. One never knows, Larry.
Hope it ain't against humans, because we're going to lose.
We're going to get our asses kicked.
American robots against the Jamaican robots, it'll be good.
Can they run faster than the American robots?
We keep messing up with the handoffs.
I know we do.
The robots have it together.
Yeah, we are no good in the relay races.
We used to dominate it, but now everybody's caught up. France, but robots would not make that mistake. They're going to give the stick off right when it's supposed to.
That stick would be handed off within the 10-yard barrier, and
and that human flaw will be erased. But only thing I say about robots only eliminate the human flaw factor. That's pretty much it. Because no emotions and everything is programmed to the T, as long as the program is operating within a normal operating system. Just there's no human flaw aspect. Because we are flawed as humans, and that's what makes us special.
Oh, you may have flaws, but I don't. In any regard, hey, let's get on to what the fuck. Seriously. Sometimes you just gotta watch something and lay back and really say.
You hand me that there thread there, boy? Huh? You the only one can reach it, tall boy. Hand it to me now.
He right there too.
Henry. Hey, shut your mouth and let me battle him right now, boy. I said hand it to me now. ASAP, Rocky.
This thread right here?
Yeah, boy.
What's with the boy? Why you keep saying boy though?
You understand what I'm saying, boy?
You're a boy to him.
That's hear what he said, right?
What's wrong, bro? You the fuck kind of, what you mean, boy?
Don't you touch him, boy. He's part of me. No, bro, it's a prank, bro. It's a prank. It's a prank. It's a prank, bro. It's just a prank, man. It's a prank, man. It's a prank. It's a prank, bro. It's a prank, man. It's a prank.
Oh,
damn.
Man, y'all play too.
Fuck my mic up and shit. Damn, bro.
My bad, bro.
He almost got his ass kicked.
I don't want to be my bad, bro. I'm like, you can cut that bullshit out.
I'm like, that ain't even funny.
Leah cut that shit out. And the brother was still cool, and I like, hold on, why you keep saying boy? Because you know what?
Because there was he had a black guy with him. You really couldn't tell because he was a light-skinned black guy. But you had to pay attention really close because the other guy that was with him was black.
Because he went over there and did that.
Yeah, that's when he went over there and put his arm up. He's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Don't touch him, he's mine.
I know some guys in Mississippi that I worked with. They told me that's how they still talk to him down there. Right now. Yeah. I was like, what? He said, yeah, bro. He said, certain part of towns we don't go. And they still, the guys I was working with when I was doing the traveling, they said down there they still talk to him like that.
You know,
like, I don't know.
And I've told you how I was brought up. I was brought up in this little college town, and we had all kinds of races, cultures, and shit around us. And I remember first time I was down in southern Georgia. We was down in some little hick-ass town. And I was walking down the street with these people, guys that I'd met. And they're like, watch this. Walking down there, and the black people walking towards us got off of the street, or off the sidewalk, walked on the street. They're like, you better move, boy. And it took me aback. I mean, I was like 16, 17. I'm like, who still talks like that? And this has been, my God, 40 years ago. But still, it fucked me up, Larry. I could not believe. I'm like, you say some shit like that where I'm from, you're going to get your ass kicked.
Yeah, I didn't grow up like that. I grew up with, all my friends were diverse, and I didn't know about racism, like, until first time I really experienced racism was when I joined the military.
Really?
Yep, the first time I saw it, some white dudes were racist as fuck, Tim. Racist. They said, I ain't never seen black. On time I saw black people pass about on the highway and on TV. I said, get the fuck out of here. First time I joined the military when I experienced racism.
See, you know what? That may be exactly what the problem is, especially if you're not culturally sensitive and have grown up with people of different ethnicities and different religious beliefs.
Yeah, I never knew it existed. My parents didn't tell me anything about it.
I never even thought about it. I mean, you know,
even my parents, they were so. I guess whatever they were going through, they never even explained racism and talked about it. And because my old man, he always had Hispanic friends. He never said nothing bad. My elders never said nothing bad about white people, black people, Hispanic people. They said a lot of bad shit about me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them little bad crazy kids, but they never talk down on white people, Hispanic people, Asian people. Never have they until I joined the military, and then there it goes. Then I said, "Oh shit! I don't know. I ain't never heard of this shit before."
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. And I thought, and I think I led a very sheltered life, almost brought up into this university town. I mean, I had Portuguese and Africans and Chinese and Japanese, and
I wasn't sheltered because we were poor. It's just that racism was something in my little small town. It was non-existent. If it was there,
probably was there, but I'm sure where I grew up, it was there, but it wasn't so in your face.
Yeah, I'm like my parents. All they never said talk bad about white people, black people, Hispanic people. They didn't talk bad about the black folks or the ends. They ain't never talk about. They just.
But you know what, Larry? And you sent me this video. Is sometimes there's a white person out there that tries to do the right thing.
Where did they allow you to get this baby from? Is this baby from Australia?
I was in the Middle East, like solving the crisis there, no big deal whatsoever. And I flew back here to America and I stopped over in this country called Africa. Right?
Africa is a continent, not a country, baby. Get it right.
Well, it is full of African Americans.
It's full of African. It's full of people of African
No, that's
descent.
a racist thing to call them. African Americans is it right?
African Americans are here.
No, they're called African Americans, girlfriend.
No, fool.
All right, so how did you find your son?
I swapped him.
You swapped him? Swapped the baby for what?
For an iPod. Not just any iPod, one that was like limited edition, red. A U2 iPod, heard of it?
All right, but wait a second. You are the baby's father now, and you chose to dress that baby up in a T-shirt that says what?
Gaby.
That's not the baby's name, is it?
No, I gave him like a traditional African name.
So what's the baby's name?
OJ.
Stand up, please.
I think you're using him as an accessory. I think maybe because he's a black baby, that might be your cue, like how some people walk in the park with dogs to pick up girls. That might be your cue to get maybe a down low brother. I don't know. What do you think?
I gotta be honest, he's a real dick magnet.
You brought some photographs that you took with the child because, I guess, to demonstrate how much you love the child. We're going to put them up on the screen. Okay. That's the first shot.
No, wait a minute.
Them black people was shot. You see the one white guy sitting in the audience, he was laughing his ass off.
That was just craziness. Now, some of the stuff they put on TV and they call it. Where do you get people like that, right?
But Tim, people, the audience, they didn't see the full audio. Hear the full audio of how they reacted. The black people react. They were like, "No, what? Oh no!"
Oh yeah, I cut some of that back. Yeah, it was a little lengthy because they were just going off the chain.
And he named the baby OJ.
No, I named him a traditional African name. What is it? OJ.
He swapped the baby for an iPad. I was like,
hey, man.
If I was there, Tim, I would just die laughing. I'd have been laying on the floor laughing. They'd have been like, "Man, get up off the floor, stop laughing." I like, can't.
Man, I don't know.
Oh my God, that was a good one.
Anyhow, hey, let's roll in one more.
Okay, what we got?
What do we got?
You making my nose itch.
I know you got a guard dog. You got a dog at home?
I got a Chihuahua right there. I got a warning dog.
Dude, yeah, I got a. Yep, I've got a couple of warning dogs too. I guess.
And they'll run away. They'll warn you and get
right, and then they'll run and hide or some bullshit. Look what this dog does. This happened in California, and this is what happened to the gentleman's $1,500 bike when a burglar came.
What's up, lady? Hi, buddy. No, we don't want to do that. All right. I love you too. I love you too, buddy guy. You got your how do you have house? How do you have all this stuff? Dude! You might be the coolest dog ever. Where's your dad? I know. One minute left.
And be about like my damn dog. Just sit there and it doesn't even bark, just wagging its tail and getting the pet. And, hey, what you doing? What's up, buddy?
Man, my dog will bark at a person, then jump up and get some rubs and stuff.
Wouldn't you be pissed as hell when you go through your security video and you're like, that damn dog?
I look at the dog like, you punk.
I feed you, pick up all your shit.
You can't go on my bike, dude. He's gonna lay down. The dog laid down, like, okay, let's play.
Yeah, I thought that was just funnier than hell. I seen that. I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me. There's no way. But I guess there is a way. Anyhow, I'll tell you. Now, let me get to our next video, and we'll go into one of your favorite parts of the show, Larry. There we go. And Asshole of the Year. I don't have my asshole trophy up there for you, but we can still show our Asshole of the Week. And let's get to him. Here we go.
We begin tonight with the Greensboro Hospital taking action after a video shows a security guard pushing an older man with a cane to the ground. Cone Health says that guard no longer works there. A viewer sent us this video tonight right here on your screen. It shows a man and security guard arguing in the lobby of the emergency room at Moses Cone Hospital. We muted the audio because it has swear words in it. The security guard directs the man to leave. You see the man turn around, then the video shows the security guard grab the man by his backpack and push him forward with force. The man and security guard both fall to the ground towards the exit door. The guard gets up, stands over the man, and again directs him to leave. You see the older gentleman stand up. The man who shot the video says a Greensboro police officer went over to the person who was knocked over. They stand in the doorway for several seconds, then the video ends.
You believe that?
Man, where were those black people at when that shit was happening?
Yeah, you mean like on the dock the other day? I mean, what was that all about?
Whether he's an asshole or not, he wasn't being violent. He probably being stubborn.
I wasn't talking about the old man. I was talking about the security guard. There was no way he should have taken it to that extreme.
No, don't get me wrong. We've been in security positions where we need somebody to leave, and they're stubborn. But stubborn doesn't get you pushed down. Stubborn doesn't, especially when you're an older person, something like that, that's halfway crippled. I don't care how stubborn you are. You don't put hands on people and do them like that. I'm like, he wasn't being violent. He wasn't hurting anybody or threatening to hurt anybody. So there's no reason for the officer to put his hand, and he was leaving.
Right. I mean, all you have to explain to him, hey, you're no longer welcome and you need to leave. And if you don't leave, you're going to end up being arrested for some stupid criminal trespass charge.
No, for one thing, you have to criminal trespass somebody for them not to be allowed back to your property. And then as soon as they show up, You
Then
call
it's
the police and they'll arrest them for trespass.
But you got to give them. You got to speak to an individual reasonably, so that they comprehend and they can. I know this is what's going on. I'm not leaving. Yes, but if you don't, you're gonna end up getting some stupid ass charge, and you're gonna end up in jail. Unless that's where you want to go.
Yeah, but
the choice is yours. You're in charge. You are in charge of your destiny. In that situation, either you're going to cooperate, and I might bitch and moan and piss and get out of there, or I stick and stay and get myself arrested. That old man was leaving.
I'd say he probably was saying some shit to him too. I know it was verbal, but
so what?
Still.
And?
But still, he wasn't an immediate threat to
That's
anyone.
Right. I agree.
That guy had no right to do him like that.
That's why they probably fired the security guy. Exactly right. They looked at it and said, "Boy, we're in trouble."
That's assault, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's not aggravated, but that's
assault and battery because you hurt him.
Assault and battery.
Huh?
And then on the elderly person, listen, you don't mess with elderly people. You don't mess with kids. You don't mess with people with psychological disadvantage. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
I ain't gonna trying to say the R word, but because I don't want to sound insensitive, but you don't mess with people that like when they have Down syndrome,
mentally handicapped. Call them mentally handicapped.
Yeah.
Mentally disabled.
Yeah, mentally handicapped. I'm old school, and we used to, but I want to say it. But you don't mess with those people, and that's an elderly person. So come on, man, I do the asshole. You know what we should do? That at the end of the year, we should have the Asshole of the Year award. So we should compile all those assholes,
all the assholes
and
together,
all the best ones, and let our fans vote on who should be the asshole of the year.
We could have a compilation of assholes.
And then let people vote. The show before, have it all up there, and then we'll pick the winner. Asshole of the year, the next following show before the year is over with.
It sounds like it stinks, but it might be fun.
It might be fun, man. I'm like, weed them out. We have 3 assholes maybe just do it for a month, 4 shows, and say, these are our 4 assholes. Vote on the assholes.
We need your vote.
Then your asshole is going to win Asshole of the Year. We need your
just
vote.
think, maybe we could send out a certificate to whoever wins.
Yeah. Certificate, matter of fact, I'll put the certificate together. We get the address of the person that wins it. I don't care if they're from Germany, Switzerland, Ireland, whatever.
1400 Pennsylvania Avenue. Who cares?
Yeah, and then whoever chooses the asshole, which one wins, we'll send them a gift card to like McDonald's. They can get like a free 4-piece nugget or something.
Oh, you get the right president in there. He loves McDonald's.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you get a gift card, but then they got to pay the gift card. It's going to be like a $5 gift card, but they got to pay $4 to use it.
There you go. So you got to pay to use it. There's a freeze on your card. You got to pay.
You got to pay $1 to use the card to get your free purchase.
Anyhow,
that'd be funny shit.
Give us something to get out of here with, Larry. Some fitness tips.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Oh, you gonna keep my screen like this?
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. The other day, I'm gonna tell you what I did. I want to say that check me out on Instagram at Facebook LRE Fitness Solutions. We keep you moving. This is my shirt and the logo. If you want a shirt like this, hit Tim up, hit me up. I'll send you one for $20. Yeah. Just saying, I ain't selling, but if you want one, I can get you one. But check this out, man.
One Jackson will get you a shirt.
Get you a shirt, man. I'm about to tax you though. I gotta, but I went to the gym the other day and I was messing around and then I was seeing what my max was when the bench press, and it's still pretty good. But I noticed one thing when I did it, I didn't do a good warm up, and then that's something I should do. Make sure when you're going to do any kind of heavy weight and you want to check your max, do some warm up sets. Your warm up set should be very light, maybe 10 to 15 to 20, very light weights, and then you do your warm up. And then make sure you do a little stretching because you'll get a better result from when you're maxing out or whatever. Because I should have gotten more weight than I got. I met my goal, but I didn't warm up like I should have. And then I kind of felt it afterwards when I pushed up all the weight. So make sure when you're maxing, whether it's upper body, your legs, or whatever, when you're testing your max, and it's usually the upper body, chest, and legs, warm up properly, warm up reps, and if you need knee wraps, use those, and anything for your back belt, use it also to make sure you protect yourself from injuries. All right? LRE Fitness Solutions, Facebook, IG, holler at me. That's what I do.
Hey, you keeping that 100, man, because you can really screw yourself up if you don't stretch out and warm up right.
Yeah, and
you
especially
can,
with heavyweight.
you can cause yourself some actually permanent injuries.
Yep.
So keep it slow and steady. That's the way to go, and you'll achieve your goals. My words of wisdom for you today: hey, always remember that you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. And faith is taking that first step, even when you don't see that whole staircase below you. Keep it going, folks. Larry and I are here for you. That's right. So, hey, until next week, Larry and I are so out of here with LRE Fitness and Smooth Tim. We'll see you, man. Peace.